time for your sports developments. The 100-meter and 200-meter dash athlete Engelhardt Gariseb will be competing at the Nike Outdoor Nationals in America, and he now joins us in studio. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, congratulations. And just what inspired you, to start competing in track and field, and perhaps also how does it feel to, to represent Namibia, on such a prestigious international stage?
Simply, a seed was planted in me at a very young age, and it actually grew into a mother plant, and the passion started growing after that.
So since then, you're like, I'm going to be this dash athlete.
Yes.
And over the years, just talk to us about your experience over the years, from the beginning and how you got here.
When I got here, it was very hard. The training, it's very difficult. So it's not easy, but yeah, we are here now.
I mean, as a young Namibian athlete, like you mentioned, it has been hard, to train and so forth. How do you balance then your training with these unique challenges and with competing on a global stage?
This is where my coach actually kicks in. He actually works on my mind. We balance our schoolwork and the track time.
So it doesn't ever interfere with your school
No.
and so forth. I mean, Namibia has produced some of the, world-class athletes in the past. How do you feel about following in these particular footsteps?
This is actually amazing. It's a wonderful opportunity to be one of them. And yeah, being one of the greats will be great one day.
You'll be like the Frankie Fridges and the Christine Boma and the likes. But I mean, it takes a lot to do this. So what are you doing, to keep yourself motivated as well?
My coach.
Yeah.
My coach plays a huge role in motivating me and keeping me up there, keeping consistency and everything.
And what about your, your mental state? I mean, especially in this type of competitions. And I mean, of course, also just considering the challenges you face as well.
As I said, my coach
Once
again, my coach, Mr. Pullman, he is a very good coach. He usually works on our mental more than our physical training.
Okay.
So it's mostly mental training. And
by that, it's just more of like, just motivational quotes.
Motivational quotes and like games that makes us more smarter. Yeah.
And what is your ultimate goal at this, for the Nike Outdoor Nationals, and how do you plan to perhaps achieve it?
My goal is actually to improve the time.
Okay.
Improving time, and yeah.
What has been your best time?
My best time, the 100 meters is 10:6:1, and the 200 meters 20.92.
Was that you being first?
Yeah.
How has that been? How do you feel about that?
I felt amazing. The feeling was very nice. Yes.
Talking about your support system, of course, you mentioned your coach. What about like family and your parents and how they feel about this particular initiative and you now, participating in this competition?
Yeah, I would like to go into my background.
Yeah.
Where we come from. It's not easy, but we push. And everyone is so supportive, and the fans are everything. And everyone at home, they support us all the way till the end.
You say you have fans and they support you all the way. And how important is it then for you to give back into the community? I mean, does this also motivate you to do the best or to become the best version of yourself? Having fans, of course, is like a whole community out there depending on you on something and just rooting for you.
Yeah, giving back to the community is one of the most important things. That's the reason why I'm also doing this. To get people out of the streets, to get like drug addicts out of the streets. This is the reason why I'm doing this. Not only for me, not only for my patient, but for the people that are struggling.
Speaking about keeping people off the street and so forth, has this helped you or assisted you in any way to keep you off the streets as well, or to keep you from indulging in some of this illicit, drugs and so forth?
Yes. Track and field is a wonderful sport. It actually removes you from unnecessary things, and you won't have time to go out. You won't have time to participate in unnecessary things. It will keep you focused and everything.
Engelhardt, as we conclude this interview, what unique qualities do you think Namibian athletes bring to global competitions like the Nike Outdoor Nationals?
Namibian athletes are sensational. We produce one of the best athletes, and I believe we can set a standard at the Nike outdoors. Yes.
Yeah. Any final remarks? Perhaps maybe just, a word of encouragement to the next Engelhardt Gariseb.
Just watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out, and I'm coming. And we're gonna stay humble. And yeah, we're gonna work harder as always. And all glory be to God.
All right. Thank you for staying with us, and we remain with the Nike Outdoor Nationals competition in America as the 100 meters and 110 meter hurdles athlete, that is Brendan Kanchana, will also be competing at the Nike Outdoor Nationals, that is in America. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, we've had your teammate here speaking about what inspired him, to be part of this particular competition. Talk to us about your particular initiative. Or rather, what inspired you to join this?
Growing up in Grootfontein, I was deeply inspired by the legacies of Christian Boma and Frederick Felix. Looking at how they paved the way for us athletes to dream big deeply inspired me. And I honestly feel honored to represent my country in such a big global platform.
I'm also from Grootfontein. I feel honored that you'll be, participating in such a prestigious stage. And also, we spoke about some of the challenges that comes with training. How do you balance this particular aspect and the unique challenges that comes with it as well?
It could be quite difficult, but for me, my coach helps me and navigates me on how to handle certain challenges.
But what are those particular challenges that you face? Not only training, but being an athlete, and now that you have to compete on this particular stage, and perhaps also just locally.
It's sometimes pressure from people and pressure that I'm competing at the global stage.
And what about your support system?
That would be my coach, my mom, of course, and Grootfontein at large.
Right. So how do you manage because I asked this question as well to your teammate, the mental aspect of it, in terms of such a competition, especially when facing some of the best athletes from, across the world, especially such as the Nike Outdoor National Competition?
As I said before, my coach helped me with that, and he helps me visualize my race and executing it perfectly.
And that's what you've been doing all along?
That's what I've been doing all along.
Well, Brenden, any word of motivation to your teammates and perhaps one of the kids that would like to follow into your footsteps to, in partaking in such initiatives?
Continue working hard, trust your coach, and most of all, trust in the Lord and everything will play in court.